Imagine looking down at the ground and realizing that beneath your feet, an entire civilization is quietly at work. No leaders, no meetings, no words. Yet somehow, everything moves in perfect harmony. Thousands, sometimes millions, of tiny beings working together as if they shared a single mind. How can that be? Today, we're diving into one of nature's most fascinating mysteries: how ants communicate. These small creatures build underground cities, defend their territories, grow their own food, and even go to war, all without saying a word. So what connects them? What holds this silent society together so precisely? Get ready to uncover the hidden language of a world that speaks with no voice, yet echoes with extraordinary efficiency. And stay with us until the end, because what ants have to teach us might just change the way we see human communication. Let's take a closer look at this invisible society and discover how it truly works. Beneath the surface we walk on every day lies a hidden world, a network of tunnels, chambers, and pathways, carved with stunning precision. This is the home of the ant, one of the most highly organized systems in all of nature. With over 14,000 known species, ants live in colonies that range from just a few dozen to millions of individuals. Each ant has a clearly defined role. There are workers who maintain the nest, soldiers who defend it, caretakers for the young, and of course the queen, whose only job is to ensure the survival of the colony. But what's most surprising is this: there's no central command, no one giving orders. The organization arises from simple, local interactions. So, if there's no leader, how do they know what to do? The answer lies in their form of communication. And that's what we'll uncover next. In the world of ants, words are replaced by molecules. Ants communicate using pheromones, invisible chemical signals that carry specific messages through the colony. When an ant finds food, she lays down a chemical trail as she walks. Other ants pick up the scent and follow. The more that follow, the stronger the trail becomes. But when the food source is gone, the trail fades, the pheromones evaporate. These scents aren't just for directions. There are alarm pheromones that signal danger, signals that indicate the queen's presence, even recognition scents, helping ants identify who belongs to their colony. It's as if each molecule is a word, and together they form a living, ever-changing language. Through this chemical code, ants make quick decisions, adapt to their environment, and coordinate complex tasks, like building bridges, avoiding obstacles, or managing food supplies. But the conversation doesn't stop at scent. There's also touch, a deeper, more intimate form of interaction. If pheromones are the ants' long-distance language, then touch is their whisper, quiet but incredibly rich in detail. Ants use their antennae like a multi-tool, hands, nose, and eyes rolled into one. When two ants meet, they often touch antennae, a gesture full of meaning. It's how they exchange information. Where have you been? What have you seen? How is the colony doing? In just a few seconds, one ant can pass on a detailed report to another. There's also something called trophallaxis, the act of sharing food mouth to mouth. But it's not just about nourishment. This process passes hormones and chemicals that influence behavior, helping ants decide who becomes a worker, a soldier, or a queen. Through constant contact, the colony stays unified, organized, and aware. For ants, the body itself is a channel for information. This physical language reveals something deeper. The ant colony is not just a group of insects. It's a living network, where every individual is a connected part of the whole. But how is this possible? if no ant sees the big picture? That may be the most astonishing part of all. In an ant colony, there are no orders shouted, no commands written down, and yet things work, often better than in human systems. This is collective intelligence. Each ant makes small decisions based on local interactions. But when thousands do this simultaneously, the result is a beautifully coordinated society. Take nest building, for example. Ants know where to dig, where to store food, where to care for the young. But no single ant knows the full blueprint. And still, the structure comes together perfectly. Or when they need to move to a new home, scouts go out. If one finds a good spot, she brings others to see it. Slowly, the colony votes with their feet until a decision is made. No speeches, no commands, just action. It's as if the colony itself is one giant brain and each ant a single neuron. Which brings us to a deeper question. Do ants have something like culture? It might sound strange. They're tiny, with brains no bigger than a grain of sand. But recent studies say yes. Ants can remember, adapt, and even learn from one another. In labs, ants have been shown to remember food routes days after the chemical trail disappeared. Proof of memory and individual learning. In the wild, young ants follow experienced ones, watching how they forage or patrol. This is called social learning, a first step towards something resembling culture. Different colonies even show different habits. Some prefer certain foods or build their nests in unique ways. Could these be traditions? Not in the human sense. No art, no language, no stories. But still behaviors passed from generation to generation. A silent knowledge, shaping the colony over time. And so we're left with a final question. Do ants have a true language? The answer? Yes and no. They don't use words or grammar like we do, but their system of communication is highly effective. It triggers actions. It passes emotional states, like alertness or calm, and it adapts in real time. What it lacks in abstraction, it makes up for in clarity. And maybe that's the lesson. In a world that values talking, debating, and individual expression, ants show us another way, the quiet strength of connection, the power of simple, clear interaction, the beauty of working together without needing to speak. They remind us that leadership doesn't always mean control, and that great things can happen when every part of a group plays its role. Their way of communication inspires ideas in logistics, AI, and even how we relate to each other. Perhaps the real mystery isn't how ants communicate, but what we, as humans, still have to learn about communication itself. And if this hidden world fascinates you, just imagine what else lies waiting beneath the stones of nature. Curious to explore more mysteries like this? Then subscribe, and let's keep discovering together.